Sawadika, this is Thailand today and I am Kusuma Yotha Samut. As we know, agriculture sector is Thailand's main economy and fruits are one of agricultural products that generate significant revenues for the country. There have been attempts by both Thai fruits exporters and state agencies to expand their fruit markets among Asian countries, especially China and India, which are also ASEAN dialogue partner. 4 years ago, or about 2011. So thanks to the relentless efforts by Thai authority and farmers, Thailand made a record in fruit exports to mainland China with 500,000 tons, or about 15.45% increase from the previous year. China has imported Thai fruits accounts for more than 200 million US dollars annually. So what is the outlook of the fruits in the global market in general? Or what challenges that lie ahead of our fruit export? Thailand today is inviting Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, and he also spokesman of the ministry, Dr. Vimon Chantara Rothai, to discuss about the options and possibility about Thailand being one of the world's fruit suppliers. Please welcome Dr. Vimon Chantara Rothai. He is the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, and he also a spokesman of the ministry. Sawadika.
Sawadika.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Well, when we talk about Thailand, we talk about elephant is a symbolic of Thailand.
Right.
How about fruits?
Yeah, Thai fruit is very famous all around the world. You know, since the beginning of the year, you can taste really sweet orange, and after that we have durian, and follow with lychee, and then mangosteen and rambutan, and almost the end of the year we have longan and also longgong, and then you end up with the year with another sweet orange.
Yes.
So that you see that Thailand has a whole year round fruit that you can enjoy. You know, that is a good point of Thailand, and we is the agriculture country that we welcome all tourists and also visitors come to taste Thai fruit.
But what you said is undeniable, because when you travel to foreign country, you're always seeing the Thai fruits there, people talk about it. So is there any way to keep it up, to keep our sources up?
Actually we have the production of Thai fruit more than 7.5 million tons a year. But we export almost 1 million of the Thai fruit, particularly durians, longan, and the mangosteen. We export to China, Hong Kong, and Vietnam quite a lot.
Okay.
One of the good point that we keep our quality of the fruit to be high and to suit for the market of the consumer. This is a good point that we have to maintain and then keep our quality higher and higher to keep our consumer in abroad to enjoy our fruit.
Who are the people who like our fruit? Like what? Like durian, we know particular countries like it, not in our other country, but European. Okay, we divide to regionally then. European, what do they like? What kind of fruits?
Well, it depends. Most of our Thai fruit, tropical food is very available to European also.
Okay.
You know, when the tourists come to Thailand, they like mango, you know, and the Middle East people like rambutan,
really?
for example. You know, Chinese people like durian and longan.
Okay.
So it depends on the taste of the consumer all around the world. So we have the fruit all year round that we can suit all the requirement of the consumer. So no matter where you are come from, I think Thai fruit can serve everyone to enjoy our fruit here. You know.
As per the quality and also the way we keep it, when we export it, how it is like, how it is to keep up the quality. You know, sometimes we get into trouble with some countries.
Right.
So is there any rules and regulations to protect that?
Yes, of course. In every country they have a rule and regulation to import our Thai fruit.
Okay.
But what we have to certify that requirement is we keep our quality and our sanitary and phytosanitary measure. We start from the production point of time when we have to
Yes.
certify the farm or the garden to be
yes.
at the good agriculture practice, and after that we have to maintain our quality, not to have any insect or contamination of insect before we export to abroad. So this kind of requirement we control ourselves, and also the importer has required the certificate from the origin that we have to certify that also.
Oh, so this particular rules can be easily followed by the
Well,
farmers?
it depends, but as we are the exporter, we have to certify the requirement. And in case of there is something that is really hard to implement, I think the government can open a dialogue and maybe to negotiate what could be the certify of the both sides. In this case, I think we can resolve the problem. So far, I think we don't have very much problem with our importer. So anything that they require, we can certify based on the base scientific evidence. Because we don't want to be the trade rule to be the barrier,
Yes.
because now we are in a free trade world, so everything has to be free for with no non-trade barrier at all.
But we have to take care of our own quality and all that, right?
That
Because,
is our priority
Priority.
objective that we have to maintain.
Yeah.
We have to maintain the quality. We have to improve our logistics, because the transportation is one thing that is really important. How we maintain the quality during the transportation, how we keep it cold, how we make a packaging to be very attractive, and then control our food quality before they reach the consumer there.
When you talk about this, it can easily. Is it difficult to maintain such thing? Because are we sufficient with the transportation and logistics, like you said?
Yes, logistics is the big problem and big difficulty. But one thing that we, in the past, we only can export by the sea route only. But now I think the transportation and connectivity among the ASEAN
Yes.
and the ASEAN to China and some other country is more convenient. For example, we have R3 route that we
Thailand.
can export by land from Thailand to China, to
yeah?
the south of the China. So this kind of transportation can save a lot of time.
Okay.
Before, when we use the sea route from Bangkok to Guangzhou, it takes about 5 to 7 days. But now if we use the R3,
yes.
it saves half of the
Really?
time. We
Really?
use only 2 or 3 days
interesting.
to enter to the China. So this kind of transportation is more convenient. One thing that we have to do is just to negotiate and reduce the difficulty during the transportation. Like in the part that after we ship it to Laos, we have to change the truck, the transportation.
Really?
So now after we have the protocol with the China and also with the cooperation with Laos, I think all the transportation can enter from Thailand to China directly without any re-transportation at all.
Oh, what is the result of the retransportation? I mean, the damage of the fruits?
Yes, if you transport in the cool truck at one round, without any unloaded, I think the quality is better. You unload and reload it, you can cause some perishable to the fruit.
Are we in the position of best in the world?
Well, you talk about the quality of Thai
The
food.
quality, the variety,
Yes, I
and
think
everything.
we have more variety, we have much variety, and we have quality is the best that we can say that one of the world that Thailand is famous for. We have so many fruit that you can enjoy. Like I mentioned earlier that you can have the taste of Thai fruit all year round. And different taste, sweet, sour, maybe really
Smell.
mixed. Yeah, smell good, and you can have it fresh. You can have it preserved. In the ready-made. varied form of fruit that you can enjoy. You know.
How about pricing?
Well, the pricing in Thai fruit, it depends on the season. You know, if it's off season, of course, you know, the price is quite a bit high. But during the season, I think the price is you can affordable, very easy affordable. Sometimes the farmers get very little pay by the produce. The government have to assist them, you know, how to make them to gain more income. By this way, I think we have the strategy, the fruit strategy for the farmer by provide them with the advice and education, how to make the fruit to have a high quality. We assist them to set up the farmer organization. We help the farmer to has the more distribution channel of the fruit to some other area. For example, this kind of assist that the government provide to the fruit gardeners can build up their capacity and also make up more income for them.
Normally, our farmer seem to be their own support,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Even if fertilization or anything, they have to support themselves. Is it right? When they get into trouble, then the government giving hand.
Actually, we want to build up the capacity for them.
Okay.
You know, let them to do the best job. You know, we give the pole to them. We not give them fish.
Okay.
You know? So we teach them or we educate them how to produce a good quality fruit. But whenever they come into the trouble, of course, the government has to make some intervention, whether to their input compensation, or to help them to find the market or distribute their fruit out of the area. For example, this kind of the activity, the government help them to make them live better. For example, this next month from the 6th of May till 31st of May, the government will put up a fruit market.
Okay.
We call it the Thai Fruit and Vegetable Festival, you know, beside the government
Is
house.
it the first time?
Yes, for the
Wow.
fruit and vegetable. Actually, the government has set up this kind of market for orchids and also for
Yes.
rice in the past month. You know, but this upcoming month it is a festival for Thai fruit and also vegetable. So in this market, I think the farmer can direct contact with the consumer. The consumer can come in and enjoy a very good quality fruit with very reasonable price.
Yes.
You know, and one thing that is very important that in this festival you can find a very much variety of fruit in one market. And also you can buy it directly from the farmer, you know. So this is to reduce the gap between the producer and to the consumer. Before the producer, they produce and then they cannot access to the market by themselves.
Yes.
They have a middleman to correct and then sell their product. But this market is direct contact from the producer to the consumer. You know.
With the 3-point strategy that you have,
Yeah.
do you think that it's going to expand to others, which is not only particular for those in the cooperative, but how about outside? There are
Sure.
many more.
Yeah, yes. You know, we have many fruit gardener in Thailand. You know, this kind of market is just starting. You know, and it's expressed that the Thai quality fruit can be transfer their famous and their taste to the consumer by this short-term market. But at the long run, at the long term, you know, we have provide a farmer market in all provinces. 77 provinces, we have a farmer market for the farmer in the local area also. This is one of the policy of the government that the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative has complied, and then we already set up the market. You know, this is just a symbolic market.
Symbolic, okay.
Yeah, just can show to everyone. And in the local area, the market is always there. You know, no matter where you live, you can find this kind of quality fruit there.
You mean because our viewers are mostly our foreign people.
Yeah.
So if they look at today and they'll be written from north, from south, and you mean that they can travel by themselves
Yes.
to collect it, to buy it
Yes.
at that particular area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Because no matter in which province that the tourist is there, you go to the farmer market in that province, you will find the same product also.
Interesting. And then as we are saying that we are approaching into ASEAN. So our ASEAN have something similar.
Yes.
So how are we are not competing with them,
No.
but we have to complement to one another.
Right.
But the quality
Yeah.
or the way, how do we manage it?
Okay. Well, actually, under the ASEAN framework, you know, under the agriculture sector, there is one thing that we call it harmonization of the quality and also the inspection and control. So by this channel, by this framework, I think all the ASEAN members can assist or can all cooperate together to build up the quality of their agriculture product into the same level. Now, in the future, we're going to be the same market, you know, the same market. So the quality of the fruit and other product should be more or less similar. By this way, we can just complete to the outside ASEAN area also. So this kind of the harmonization will be the key, you know. But also we have to control our quarantine and inspection procedure, you know, in each border, also checkpoint border, that we are not free flow by without any quarantine or inspection. So this kind of quarantine and inspection criteria need to be harmonized as well. Use the same criteria, use the same standard. By this way, I think we can just make the ASEAN into one single market with the same quality of the product and same quality control and quarantine.
We talk about quarantine, but how about organic fruits? Because people have been complaining a lot of pouring into fertilizing with the chemical thing. How do you deter from doing that?
Yeah, the organic product is more popular and particularly in the EU market.
Right.
You know, but the way of the produce organic, I think, is the way is more or less a traditional production process. But one thing that we have to learn that organic needs to be complied with the organic rule. No, not everything is called organic. You know, there is a standard. There's an organic standard that we have to follow. You know, organic also have to concern with the safety and quality. You know, not everything. You know, people say that everything can be organic. It's not true. You know, organic should be complied with the standard that they should have some certain criteria that they can use something that cannot be used. You know, so don't get misunderstandable that everything is organic.
Oh, it's very interesting. So apart from what is the now we know we talk about on the bright color. How about the little gray as a farmer drawback to follow up this kind of thing?
Yeah, you talking about the standard.
The standard.
Yes, I think the development level of the farmer is quite different.
Yeah.
You know, and we put up the standard to be our milestone that we have to reach, but it depends on certain area. The farmers still not really capable to go into the standard. We have to develop them step by step. For example, in agriculture, we have the GAP or the good agriculture practice, which some farmers still not jump into that level. But one thing that they can do first, the criteria that we give the priority concern is the safety first. You know, the safety of the product, and then the environment of the production. This, if you can include these two together, these two factors together, we call it GAP. You know, good agriculture practice. But if the farmers still not can reach to the environment area, you know, they have to put their product safety first. So now we have to develop them little by little. You know, we are not optimistic that everyone can go into that point, but it is the task of the Ministry of agriculture to build up their capacity little by little. So, but so far we think we have a very good amount of the farmer that come into the GAP area already. So, but we will keep our effort going on to put everyone into that level in the future.
We have tourism as a sustainable economy. How about fruits? Is there in a future like that?
Well, I think this is one key point that can link to our tourism industry. You know, when the tourists come to Thailand, they want to see culture. They want to taste Thai food and also Thai fruit. You know, this is one of very famous point that they come and want to taste a fresh fruit in Thailand. So one thing that we have to welcome our tourists is to keep our fruit to be very fresh and quality, and just offer them with the reasonable price and in different recipe also. Yeah.
So you're touching into that and how to make them have a byproduct for doing things like that. It can be soap sometimes. They will even making such things.
Yeah, we try to find many form of processing of fruit into other ready form also. You know, because fresh fruit it have very short life. You know, you cannot keep it perishable very easy. So one thing is that how we preserve them into the preserved form. You know, we export preserved food to the USA. 50% of our export also. You know, we cannot export our fresh fruit very far that way. You know, but fresh food mostly go to China, Hong Kong, and Vietnam. Not very far.
I'm looking forward for you to be here because I want to ask one very important. They said so. Each fruits they have numbers. So to see whether it is organic, whether it is what you call fertilized and all that, you know, they classify into numbers. How true it is?
Well,
like number 4, start with 4, start with 8. Is that true or?
Well, I'm not sure this question, but I think there is some way that we can trace it back to the origin of the fruit. You know, I heard that also. So actually, when you export to abroad, they want to know which
factory,
farm,
which
which
category,
garden, which factory, which farm they come from. We have the testability, certification on that. So it is really important to do so because when something happens, we can just claim that which one is have the problem. You know, so this kind of traceability is more important in the export world. So I think we have to develop that and then make it to be satisfied with our customer.
Very good. So I'm one of the person who will not miss this time of the festival. So I give you 1 minute to tell to invite the people to your festival.
Yes, I would take this opportunity to invite Thai and also foreigner that living in Bangkok. You know, during the 6th to 31st of May at the Padung Kung Kasem market beside the government house, we will have a Thai fruit and vegetable festival. By this market, you can find really fresh quality fruit, many variety that can be provided in this market. You will can buy it with very reasonable price and you can enjoy the demonstration. Not only the buying and selling, you can also see the entertainment by the government to educate you how to make the craft by crafting the Thai fruit also. So I would like to invite everyone who commute around that area to join us and then help our farmer to build up their income.
Thailand today, we would like to thank Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, and he is also spokesman of the Ministry, Dr. Vimon Chantara Warothai, for stopping by here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And we will say goodbye to the audience together, sir. We'll see you next time then. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ